I finished from University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign in the States, basically focusing on machine tool design. After that, I joined Caterpillar in Peoria, Illinois, working for their technical center on manufacturing challenges that faces that big company. Then joined KLA Tinkor in the Silicon Valley on design of new inspection tools for wafer inspection devices or machines. After that, I joined Jordan University of Science and Technology in Jordan in the Industrial Engineering Department. Worked there as a faculty member, as a chairman for the department for 6 years. Then joined CADB, King Abdullah Design and Development Bureau in Jordan, which is a civilian military organization working on design of defensive equipment. I worked there as a applied research manager to connect with CADB with the universities in Jordan. After that, worked for academia again in Kuwait, the Middle East University. Then joined Khalifa University here in Abu Dhabi since 2012. Right now, I'm the graduate program chair in the department, which basically is responsible for issues related to the graduate program. And before that, I was the associate chair for the undergraduate program for a good number of years. Khalifa University is a research-focused university, and because basically additive manufacturing is a very hot topic globally and locally, many faculty members are engaged with this research topic. So many of them are working on materials development, on design perfection based on capability of 3D printing, and lately we have established additive manufacturing research center, and it has basically a lot of funding for a good number of years. In addition to that, we have additive manufacturing lab that was established in collaboration of number of industries, namely Strata and ETEC, in which basically they are funding to buy high-end metallic printer to serve the research needs of all these different entities. As far as our undergraduate and the graduate program, we have good number of engineering programs and number of graduate programs in engineering in different disciplines. 3D printing is widely used across the 3 campuses of Khalifa University. We have tens of 3D printers being used in different disciplines, from biomedical, mechanical, electrical, etc. Some students are more interested in the 3D printing for research purposes, and this is where the graduate program helps in aligning the students' interest with the research topic that they are picking, and they are working in more focused topic related to 3D printing. But in terms of having a minor, for example, in 3D printing, that's premature at this point, but given the vision of this country, probably it will get realized in the future. The Prime Minister's Office has an initiative related to additive manufacturing 5 years ago, and I had the honor to be part of that activity in order to improve the awareness of 3D printing across different disciplines in this country. Currently also I'm part of the advisory board for the Innovation Lab, Dubai Health Authority. That shows how much effort different organizations are putting in 3D printing. The vision of Dubai and UAE in general is to be the hub for 3D printing in the region or even globally by 2030. For example, Dubai municipality regulations is dictating that by 2025, 25% of new buildings to be 3D printing. So that shows how much they are taking it quite seriously. Different organizations, different basically governmental entities to realize that vision. It's a very aggressive vision, but as all of us used to, Dubai and UAE in general taught us that nothing is impossible around here. Abu Dhabi Vision 2030 is to have wider manufacturing base by 2030. So pushing for more in manufacturing base by design, by default, will push for more adoption of 3D printing. Okay. At this point, I think I don't think we are at the leading point or a leading role, but okay, given the other vision of having more manufacturing base, I think it will happen. And having and identifying Dubai to be, for example, one of the leading hubs for 3D printing that will help in putting basically all the elements in line with each other in order to have more adoption, more utilization of 3D printing. And already actually a number of international companies are heading to Dubai to have basically regional offices there, and hopefully to have more research components and development components to see more activity, more interaction, the critical mass being created to actually realize having Dubai one of the real hubs of new developments of revolutionary technologies related to additive manufacturing and 3D printing. I think additive manufacturing is a tool that will serve all different fields. So medical field will utilize that in different areas. For example, to practice an operation within the operating theater, they can use that 3D printing for that. Printing organs, living organs, basically printing customized, affordable limbs, artificial limbs. That can be done and already being done. So that medical field is a clear user of 3D printing. Construction, it's mandated by these regulations, so it has to be pushed much farther than what it is here right now to reduce the labor, basically dependency on foreign labor, to basically reduce the construction time, etc. Oil and gas, they'll be using 3D printing for different purpose, for spare part basically production in order to reduce the lead time and basically having longer shutdowns. So every industry, they'll be using 3D printing for a different purpose. Already, the aerospace strata is using 3D printing again to maximize stiffness, minimize the weight of certain parts. But however, after that becomes a regulatory effort in order to make sure that these parts are certified and being able to be put on planes. So these are different challenges that are facing these basically critical application basically industries. Also, since innovation is being pushed quite a bit in this country, 3D printing is a realization tool that could help in improving the innovation capability of students in schools or in the universities, because easily one can transform an idea to a product, or to basically check his or her designs, how basically appealing is that or not. So it can improve the innovation capability and capacity of our students and our kids. In terms of job opportunities, again, this is like any other tool, any software tool. I mean, CAD becomes a very important tool that one have to learn. 3D printing is another tool that one have to learn in order to adapt to any industry and their needs, regardless if it's manufacturing or it's in healthcare or in basically even the governmental agencies. So these becomes like basic tools, like communication tools that one have to master in order to belong to these future basically employers' offices. Actually, this is a very exciting conference because it has a number of topics that are complementing each other, and it will be very good for attendees to kind of have a more holistic vision of or knowledge of topics related to 3D printing. My topic will be related to design. Is it basically, does additive manufacturing offer a revolution or evolution in terms of design abilities for the designers? I'm saying that 3D printing has changed the rules of the game. Actually, it has revolutionized basically the capability of a designer. He can start focusing more on the functionality rather than basically following traditional way of designing. So it's giving the designers actually new paradigm in order to think about their design in a completely different fashion. Okay, think about the basically functionality rather than basically traditional wisdom, and basically go with that and have incremental improvement. Quite a bit of changes we'll be seeing in the design and the design tools. Okay, right now even the design tools are dictated by the traditional capability of traditional manufacturing. So probably that has to be tweaked in the future to accommodate the capability of 3D printing, having more porous designs, basically designs that are accommodating different materials within the same part. Although these are still technical challenges to be accommodated, but probably in the future it will happen. different fields, from biomedical to manufacturing in different fields to aerospace. So even the educational field, so it's a generic topic that will benefit people in different areas. Again, it's empowering people in any particular field in order to improve and rethink the way they design their product.